Today is June 15th, 2010, and I start tea tomorrow. Hey guys, today is July 16, 2010, and it is 1 month on tea. So today is 2 months on tea, so this is my voice. 2 months on testosterone. It is September 16th, so that can only mean one thing. It's 3 months on tea. So, today is 4 months on tea. So, today is November 16th, so we all know what that means.
Every day I see my dream.
Guys, so today is, what's the date? December 16th, and we all know what that means. It's 6 months on tea. This is my voice, 7 months on tea. Guys, so it is 8 months on tea today. Look at this. Look at that. Today is my 9 months on tea. You know what that means? I've had a baby! Oh, today is the 16th, so we obviously know what that means. It's my 10 months on tea. Today, actually it was yesterday, it was my 11 months on tea. Hey guys, so this is my voice, 12 months on tea. 10 months off tea. 10 months, I mean, 10 months, am I going back on, is the question, which we'll answer at the end of the video. You know what, I really don't think I say that after every sentence, eh? We are Skittles. Now, we're not plain Skittles. We're like those really cool Skittles that are like kind of weird, that have like, like we're weird, duh. Change dramatically when they come out as trans, and being trans, and how it affects your family, and really makes me get mad at me. I'm maybe wearing a binder, like you could probably see my boobs, whatever. Now, honestly, it's ridiculous. This week is Chase week. Somebody Google bleach in the eye and what to do. Hey guys, it's Chasey Poo again with other videos for you. Hey guys, this is my voice, 4 years on tea. Now, that comparison video that I made is throughout my 4 years. I want you guys to keep in mind that I did go off of hormones for about 8 months. Why, you ask? I made a lot of videos about it. You can go check those out. So I decided to make a video comparison of my 4 years because I never thought that I would get to 4 years on tea or 4 years into like this type of transition. I mean, I've been transitioning since I was super young, but I never thought that I would actually be on tea for so long. So I think this is like a huge achievement for me. And I mean, I'm very like happy to be at this step of my transition, and I just remember being so young and seeing people who were like 4 years on tea and then 6 years on tea, and it was just mind-blowing to me. It's like you're so excited for the newness of tea that you don't realize that, yeah, one day you're actually going to be 4 years on tea, and that day is today for me. A lot of stuff has happened to me in the last 4 years that weren't trans related, that were really bad. And I went through like a really hard patch, and I mean, that's another reason why I'm like really proud and why I want to make this video. I mean, I went through like really bad depression and anxiety, and that's still happening, but I'm still trying to fight because I've worked so hard to get to this 4 years. And 2 weeks ago was my 1 year post-op. It's just, I still like, I can't in my mind believe, like to me sometimes I'm still a little kid in that bedroom making dancing videos for Ellen. Who am I? I've been on tea for 4 years? I literally never thought this would happen. The funny thing about my transition is that on YouTube, when people started to transition, there was always a specific narrative. So you would go to therapy, you would go on tea for 2 years, then you would have top surgery. That's the the average, or the most common way that people that I saw transition when I was younger. So I always thought, you know, like when people would ask me, oh, like how long can you have top surgery? I'd be, oh, 2 years after tea. I thought that's how it went because there was no one else to talk about a different way to go on tea and have top surgery. And then everything kind of exploded. And that is awesome. I love this community, and I love how we've exploded on YouTube, where somebody could be watching a video about how to make bunny harnesses, yet they end up on my packer harnesses, which has happened. That's why I'm mentioning it, and it's hilarious. Throughout my 4 years, a lot of trans hate has happened, and I just want to address that because I think that I've matured so much in the last year even. So when I started tea, I was hesitant because, and that's normal. It's a big thing to go through your body. I mean, some people are sure they want tea, that's it. But me, it's like I don't like changes. I have like abandonment issues. I don't like changes. I like when things stay the same and then I can control them. I had no control over tea. So I decided I'm just gonna jump into it. I know I'm trans, I know this is what I want, but I don't know what to do. So I went on, and then I went off. And why did I go off? A little short version, I was afraid of who was staring back at me in the mirror. I don't like change, and I couldn't recognize who I was. I have abandonment issues, and I felt like my old self had abandoned me. That sounds ridiculous. You can judge me. I really don't care at this point. I was scared to lose my hair. I was scared of a lot of things, and I'm scared of a lot of things because I do have PTSD from when I was hit by a car 8 years ago, and a lot of anxiety, and I just didn't know how to deal with it, so I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna go off of hormones. And I did that, and it was one of the best decisions of my life because I realized how much I needed it. After being off it for about 6 months, 5-6 months, I couldn't pass anymore, which to me was just like, I understood that this moment would come, but I didn't think it was gonna come that quickly, and it hurt. Like, imagine passing for like 8 months and then not passing. It's like the worst. Never do it. I swear to God. Like, never not pass. Like, you have control over that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stop talking. So from there, I made a video about like why I'm going off of tea, or and all of these like rad femme, like first generation feminist, whatever, first wave, first generation, started to like hate me and like say, oh my god, she's returning to her lesbian roots. Like, calm down. I did identify as a lesbian trans guy for like 0.25 seconds until I was like, yeah, I'm a guy. So but from there, the drama never ended. I made a video about being trans enough because there was so much things that I saw online, so many things that I saw online that were like, just made me feel uncomfortable because there was a lot of hate on how feminine trans guys weren't, you know, trans and stuff like that. And I didn't like that. I mean, like, look at me. I'm me, right? I've always been like this, but I've always had this person inside me that I've never been able to project out. And now that I pass and that I'm much more comfortable in my body, I can project who I actually am, which is great. And I said my views, and I got a whole bunch of truscum hate. If you don't know what truscum is, links everywhere. Because I made a video about how you don't have to have dysphoria to be trans, and I still believe that you don't have to have full everything, feet, size, voice, everything dysphoria. I think that, obviously it makes sense. You have some type of dysphoria because you feel like you're trans, so it's impossible for you to be like, I have no dysphoria. If you have no dysphoria, then you're not trans. And in that sense, what I mean, I've talked about this in like 18 other videos, but like, there has to be something that clicks in your head that's like, oh, I'm in the wrong body, and I know I'm in the wrong body because, well, that because is why we're trans. I was uncomfortable being female because I wasn't female. I was uncomfortable with my chest, how people read me, my voice, everything. It was just so bad. So that's what makes me trans. But being feminine, being gay, liking up the butt, having kids, giving birth to your kids, and all of these other things, you're trans. Like, it's a different category. Sex and gender, sexuality, everything. The reason why I'm bringing this up in this like really long video now is only because I'm actually friends with all of these true scum individuals, which is funny because I kind of matured, and I've learned a lot from them, and they don't actually hate feminine trans guys. Most of them are fucking feminine, and most of them are gay. So that was very eye-opening for me, and it's just like, there you go, like, YouTube is just the media, and like, get your kids off of YouTube, you're not learning anything. Nah, I learned more on YouTube than I learned in my whole degree. I'm kidding, but not really. Do you know what I mean? Like, I learned more about life experience. Oh man, it's just like, YouTube is my life. I literally grew up on YouTube. Like, you know how people, like, they grow up off of like TV shows and other things, and then they just grow up and that's them, and whatever they grew up on helped shape who they are. I grew up on, Spice Girls and all that stuff, but then when I found YouTube, that's when I started to grow. That's when I started to grow up, and I learned everything from YouTube. I learned how to YouTube everything, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why I make videos, and I try to make my videos really great now with camera and lighting, because the YouTube gave me so much when I needed it that now I'm giving back. And I like to give back on videos that I wish existed when I was all naive and oh my god. Yeah, and I think that like it might help somebody, hopefully. So 4 years on teen. I would do some body comparisons, but I did gain a lot of weight since having top surgery. which is unfortunate. And then I was on antidepressants and then off antidepressants. I gained like 30 pounds. It's really not fun. But of course, I'll do like a small, like, look at that face. Okay, so light's really bright, but this is my hairline receding. Nothing I can do about it. I'm not gonna go off of tea again. That's just who I am, and that's what I'm gonna do for now. My beard is nicely filled in. I trimmed it a little bit. I'm trying to find like the best angle for you to see it, but yeah. I trimmed it for graduation, but you know, these are my arms and my nips, and what happens after 4 years on tea? Does anything happen? I don't think so. Your libido is still really high, and yeah, that's about the only thing that I can really notice. I was on injections for a year, and then two and a half years or 3 years or something, and then I went on androgel. So I went on androgel. As you can see, androgel works as well as injections. I have a beard. I have random patches of hair on my chest, which is, you know, always fantastic. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's just like patchy. My stomach, on the other hand, is like, okay, I'm fat, just whatever, is like, I trim it because it's like way too much. I don't have any back hair, so that's really great, but I have back fat, so. But my hips are not as big as they used to be. I'm fat right now, but if I was like super tight, I would just have a little bit of hip, which would be great. But that's it. I really haven't noticed any more changes in my facial structure. But if you look at my video, you know, 4 years, a picture every day for 4 years, my facial structure changed so much. Like, it's just amazing to me that you could change that much. I've noticed lately that my transition related videos are really long, so I don't wanna make this, you know, longer than it has to be, but I mean, I'm happy. I own this skin now. It's not, you know, on fucking rental, or I can see it on the other side and I can never attain it. I'm finally in the skin that I was supposed to be in, and there are a couple more steps to my transition. I'm not done. I'm almost finished changing all of my legal papers. I'm planning on having bottom surgery in the next 2 to 3 years, and I'm not planning on having a hysterectomy. So for now, those are the 3 things that are really up there for me, and I could definitely make some videos about that. And yeah, fuck. It's really scary to think that this transition is gonna end one day. For some people, they want transition to end. They don't like to associate with being trans anymore. They completely get away from that label. That's fine. Me, I work closely with trans people, with research, academia, advocate, YouTube, and so on. So for me, it's a part of my identity, and only me, because this is who I'm talking about. It's part of my identity. It's core to my identity because of the work that I do, and I need it, and I love it. So it's really strange to think, am I ever going to finish transitioning? So I definitely think I'm going to make a video about that. And I want to thank, like, literally every single person that's ever subscribed to me and watched my video and commented, even the haters. Like, you guys, oh my god, I can't. 4 years. I've been on YouTube since I'm 15. Like, I'm 23 now. So that's almost 10 years. Like, I've been on YouTube for 8 years. Oh my god. I feel old. I know I'm not old. Wow. I grew up here. I grew up like this. I think next year for my 5 years on T, it's gonna be a really, really intense video with tears and shit like that. It's gonna be fantastic. Oh, one thing about changes, I guess, it's really hard to cry for me now. Like, really, 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 really hard. I am off my antidepressants, so I'm crying every 5 seconds, but it's different. But I couldn't cry even when I was off, like before my antidepressant and anti-anxiety, and this is getting really long. All right, well, I hope you guys have a great week, a great year. Please watch that every day for 4 years video. I literally take a picture of my face every day for 4 years. I believe that's 1,461 photos. And I'm not gonna stop that project. It's part of my life. It's part of who I am, and I wanna continue it forever. So please check that out. I'm gonna link everything down there around me. And thank you so much for following me on this journey. But seriously, thank you. Thank you. I owe you guys everything. I owe you my life. Have a great week.